Emory University is shutting down their diversity, equality, and inclusion, or DEI programs, citing new federal mandates under the Trump administration. These include ending race, gender-based hiring programs, shifting to more merit-only standards. The U.S. Justice and Education Departments are now tasked with enforcing compliance through contracts and grants. And major universities with billion-dollar funds now face reviews of how they handle DEI. The move is drawing concern from students, advocacy groups, and professors who see this as a threat to academic freedom. Sorry about that, folks. With us now is Thomas Rogers. He's the professor of Latin American history at Emory University. He's also the current president of Emory's chapter of American Association of University Professors. Professor, welcome to the show.
Thanks very much. It's good to be here.
So what was your reaction when you first heard Emory announce the end of their DEI programs?
Surprise and disappointment. The messaging up through the spring semester had been that Emory was rigorously observing and abiding by settled federal law with regards to diversity, including the newest interpretations of those laws that reach back to the 2023 Supreme Court decision on student for fair admissions versus Harvard and UNC. And so Emory, of course, abided by the Supreme Court decision and all other settled law regarding diversity on college campuses.
Yeah. From a faculty standpoint, how does this affect the classroom environment?
Well, it's not clear yet. You quoted from President Sears's message, which didn't include a great deal of detail, and so it's going to be hard to know until that is fleshed out and we see what the actual impacts are on campus, what it's going to mean for the classroom, for advising, for the student experience, and all the rest.
How has the DEI program helped Emory?
Well, one of the things that people should remember about these programs is that they go far beyond admissions and hiring, which I think is the kind of simplistic box within which a lot of people think about DEI. They also support student-facing and support programs, affinity groups on campus, and things like that. I was just speaking with an advisee at length last week in the wake of the message who was asking, I spend a lot of time with 2 or 3 different affinity groups on campus, and I don't know if those are going to go away, if the leadership of those will lose their jobs. So we just don't know.
So does that concern you the most about Emory's future?
I think it does. I mean, I think that, our core mission relates to educating students, and if the student experience is eroded by changes like these, then I think that that's going to be difficult. The other threat, of course, when you ask about how it's going to change the classroom experience, I am here in my capacity as one of the leaders of the American Association of University Professors chapter at Emory. That's an organization that dates back more than 100 years. Its 2 main pillars are that it advocates for consultation and collaboration with faculty, which is to say shared governance of universities, and it advocates for academic freedom. And one of the issues that may appear on the horizon with this move is vetting of syllabi or vetting of the kind of material that is allowed to be taught. And that, of course, is quite troubling to any faculty.
Yeah. How do you explain this decision to students who already feel like marginalized or unseen? What do you say to them?
Well, I guess the main thing is to say context matters, which is to say Emory is trying to respond to a quickly changing federal landscape of what I think the word that, or the phrase that Justice Sears used was federal laws and mandates have been implemented that require higher education institutions to alter fundamentally or even close offices and programs. So federal laws and mandates, I think she's referring partly to executive orders there. And there's been a flurry of them. And so that's the context in which every university is operating right now, is a fast-changing environment where the interpretations of settled law are apparently changing, and universities have to respond. And so, in a sense, it's our job to try to educate students about that changing landscape, even though it's difficult to stay abreast of. one of the things that AAUP members would hope is that the administration, in trying to stay abreast of it, would engage in consultation with faculty about the decisions to be made.
Yeah. Have you heard from any students as of yet? Have any of them come to you feeling like maybe the university has betrayed them?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's just last week I had a couple of conversations with advisees about exactly that. It's mostly worry because, of course, the students don't know what the tangible effects are going to be yet. And so at this point, it's mainly anxiety of, will the programs that I have come to rely on, will they stick around?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the students want to know. All right. Professor Rogers, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate your insight on this. And, we really appreciate you being with us this morning.